Welcome back. Examination malpractice is very pervasive in Nigeria and remains one of the major problems plaguing our educational sector. The federal government approved the amendment to an act of the West African Examination Council, which makes the offenders of the exam malpractice liable to a 5-year jail term, a fine of 2,000 naira, 200,000 naira, or both. The offense was previously punishable with a fine of 2,000 naira. The bill, which is currently before the House of Reps, has been referred to the Committee on Education for further legislative action. Now, with this new punitive measure put an end to WAEC malpractice in Nigeria, joining us on the couch to discuss is a lawyer and civil rights activist, Mr. Liborous Oshoma. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you for having me.
I know you were listening with us on the initial topic, and you wanted to just draw a few things because this religious matter would continue to plague us, really, because Nigeria has really grown to become, is he a Muslim, is he a Christian? And we're saying, we understand that, but we're saying we should go beyond that. That going forward, we should be looking for competence, not religion, but you're saying something different. Yeah,
there's difference between what should be and what is. With the kind of problems we have in the world today, it's not just Nigeria. With the rate of terrorism in the world today, a lot of people no longer close their eyes to issues on religion. If you go to some countries, even in the UK that we hitherto know, even America also that you know to be a free country, there are ways you would dress and you raise eyebrow. Even in mosques these days, you see police and intelligence officers sniffing around to find out what is actually happening. And so these are issues that the world is no longer closing its eyes to. And so here, for us here, you have Boko Haram terrorizing up north. And then you have also some leaders that had at some point, you know, made certain statements. And then also with the fact that a section of the country believes that power belongs to them and it must come back to them. And so all of these are underlay. So now when you now place the issue, when you discuss all of it, you cannot isolate what had been before. It's easy for us to say, oh, Abiola, the June 12th issue was a Muslim ticket. Abiola's, you know, large heart transcends religion. A lot of people, just like Chief Gani Fahimi, did not know that Abiola was a Muslim until that time. And so these are issues. And then also, if you remember that time, religion was not a big issue. Because also, if you look at that time, it was a crisis. The West, the ticket was to the West, and then also the Norths were not agitating that it was their turn to rule. And so it was easy to pick somebody that was competent. And now, but today, you cannot point one man who enjoys that goodwill in the whole of the country, the way Abiola did. That's why you have all of these issues.
We're going to switch over to the education, but it's important for us to know that yes, one argument is the Muslim. The other argument is the candidate. That you feel. That one we'll talk about on a different day. But back to the matter on the issue of education. Now, why is it necessary to revise the WAEC Act? Why?
Yeah, like all our laws, outdated, obsolete, we need to bring them, you know, up to date with modern trend. But the issue really for me, it's not about the punitive measure. It's not about 200,000. It's not about 5 years jail term. The issue for me, primarily, it's first and foremost, what is the problem? If you don't know the problem, if you like, say, look, once you are caught in examination malpractices, you'll be tied to the stake and fired, it won't solve the problem, just like kidnapping in some states. Has it solved the problem? No. So if you begin to look at the punitive measures only, then you will miss the point, and that's the problem here. That's what the government keeps doing. And then also you need to look at the execution of these laws. How do we implement these laws? Our problem really is not lack of laws. We have laws, sometimes we have even, you know, multiple on one subject. But how well have we been able to implement this law? These people that are to execute this law, how well are they in tune with the executions of this law? I remember in our days in the university, once you are caught, you know, in malpractice, it's not a question of even handing you over to the police. The Senate first and foremost will try you. You wear your convocation gown.
Wow.
The threat of standing before the Senate Committee on Examination Malpractice in your convocation gown, if you like, just matriculate. Once you are caught, it shows that you are either on your way out or you remain. And heaven bless you if the microchips, was like we used to call it then, was found on you and stapled to your question paper. But now, and then I remember some students, once you are caught, you chew the microchip and say no evidence. But now, you discover that it's even lecturers, even students, aid, even a parent, aid students, you know, because there's so much emphasis on paper qualification. What is your qualification? And also...
And that was the issue we're going to come to next, because of the fact that even aside from the government making these laws, now, we coming back home to where the origin starts, because it's the training you give your child, the child takes to then engage in this kind of malpractice. What must we then do to also sanction the parents as well, and not just the children? They also still be brought to book.
That question. 200,000 naira fine for a parent who encourages his child to, you know, take part in malpractice is not punitive enough for me, because most of the parents who do these things can afford this money. How much is so? You'll be surprised.
Much more than that.
You'll be surprised how many people will donate that money in the courtroom. You know, to just get the child out of it. So,
for me, even because if you remember, the people that are caught for examination malpractices in Nigeria are those that cannot settle. In AKUTE, a man was caught for stealing 5,000 naira worth of vegetables and sentenced to 2 years imprisonment with an option of 10,000 naira fine. Somebody was convicted for stealing how many billions now, and with an option of 250,000 naira fine, and he paid from his back pocket and walked away free. So that's where the implementation comes in. And then also, like I told you, this emphasis on paper qualification, it's a big problem, whether you like it or not. Here you have, now it's you know, it's a trendy issue now for us to immediately after graduation, you need to go to UK or to America to do your master's.
Let me pause here because I have a call. Let me take Edwin's call. Good morning, Edwin. Are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Greetings to all of you over there. I just want to comment a little about the topic earlier on the religious issue. You see, one thing I wouldn't want us to forget here is that I think this thing started from time immemorial. When you look at the times of the Tafawa Balewa, the Nnamdi Azikiwe and stuff like that. But the truth of the matter, I wouldn't want to go with Sanzi, but the truth of the matter is that I think it's about time we look at the integrity, the personality of those who want to govern us and not religion. I mean, if you have a Muslim, a Christian ticket, and they are going to do the job, please let them go ahead and do it. I think that should be my stand for now.
All right. Thank you very much, Edwin. Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to come to you, Sanzi. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Sanzi, yes, you were going to say something.
Yeah, I was going to ask a question before the break. Now, this law, 200,000 naira or 5 years, does it apply to extreme cases of malpractice or both any case? Because I know back in school, I'm confessing right now, there are days in exam hall when I don't remember anything and I tap the person next to me and I say, please help me out with this. And then she says one and then I remember and start writing. So does that apply to malpractice again? If they catch me, am I sentenced to
grades of
5 years?
There are no grades
as well?
of malpractice. Malpractice is malpractice. When the law comes out,
did you not do it?
You see the definition of malpractice.
I never cheated.
Because that's why even in some schools, what they do these days, you are writing an exam, maybe you are a year 5 student, you sit with a year 1 student, you know, you have a mixture of, you know, different students from various faculties. So at the end of the day, you don't have to even, the next person to you might not even be from your class. So you won't even have somebody to tap to say, please, what's this? Because you're not supposed to be asking that person because you guys are both writing exam. But apart from all of this, for those of you that schooled in the UK, even in America, sometimes your tests, the lecturer can tell you by 8 this evening, your test should be on the website. You go to your house, you log on to your computers, and you write your test. Sometimes you even write your test in the library. Yeah. You write your exams in the library. So it's not about some exam, the way we treat exams here. That's why when some of us go abroad, we come out in flying colors because exam here is not
so
a test.
Rigid.
It's not a true test of your knowledge.
I'll give an example
true.
of that.
Very true.
Okay. Good morning, okay. Hello,
yes,
okay. Thanks for calling.
Yes,
Go ahead.
good morning. How are you?
Good, good.
I just want to say something. The way this country is for now, you cannot really separate religion from politics. And I agree with Liborous. Things that are going in this country is quite different from what's actually applicable in other countries. But the truth is, religion is an integral part of politics today. But the question is it right? No, it's not. But it is the order of the day. So for me, I think that for bringing up a Muslim, and the running mate is also a Muslim, is a problem for me. Because the Christians somehow...
Oh, so sorry, but at least now we've seen another angle of this argument. But there's one I was going to give, what you just said. I was writing an exam, I think it's criminology or something, 101, back in the US. And I came to class for the exam, and all my colleagues had on their textbooks. And I'm wondering, I thought we were having an exam today. And I sat there, and everyone was bringing out their exam textbooks, and they're writing the exam. The guy had the questions on the board, and I'm like, so where's my textbook? I had to run back to the hostel because he expects you to actually have your textbook. The idea was not for you to memorize. He wanted you to find the information in the book, know how to find the information, not to memorize in your head.
Exactly. Even Lord Dennis said, God forbid that the lawyer should know all the law, but know where to find the law. But here, when we see exam, that's why you see sometimes some people faint at the mention of exam because it's like, look, it's killing, and so you're taught from day one till the last day, and then you're asked to come, offload everything you've been taught. The world had passed that level, and so that's why you now see, and then the emphasis, there are no vocational studies here. Everything we import. Ordinarily, I don't see why everybody should want to go to the university. There are some people...
That's a good point, Jasmine. But, let me speak to NGUTOR first. Good morning, NGUTOR. Are you there?
Good morning.
Thank you for calling. Go ahead.
I have a case. There's one of my brothers that sat for WAEC for over 4 years, almost graduating from Benue State University. And the university had demand for his certificate. Then WAEC was not able to bring out his originals up till now. And I've been going to WAEC office for more than 3 times. See, I can't get inside. So should I sue them for distracting my brother's future?
That's an interesting question.
Because he's supposed to be a graduate now.
Okay, that's an interesting question. Would you like to take that up?
Yes. The issue here, now he said he's not been able to get access. He should do letters, because sometimes you find out that even getting information from the gatekeepers is very difficult. You do letters to the heads of these organizations and then get, accurate information from them. And then also, if you sat for exam, there are centers, he definitely should have, result slips. And then when you have all of this information together, we can now know what to do, talk about suing.
So suing is an option. But
yes, it is an option. It is an option. But then another thing, like this problem now, who compensates him for a problem like this? Now, you're talking about examination malpractice. I agree completely. Examination malpractice is a big problem. But we created this problem, this monster. And so laws like this will not just solve them. If you remember also, years back, there were times when even the military set up tribunals to try examination malpractices and all of that. But it didn't go away because you need to address the root cause. Like I talked about vocational studies. I remember in the UK, you cannot even be a carpenter without qualification. Even the security jobs, as a lot of us when you go up to UK to study DO, you must be certified. You must be certified.
Okay.
There are boards for all of this. So if you know that your competence is in carpentry,
Yes.
you should be able to have access to good carpentry education, that you'll be able to make, quality products like this, instead of relying on China,
Yes. All right.
For us now, because we know all this, and I've been a strong advocate for this vocational studies, what is the way forward? Because already in primary schools, we see a lot of parents sponsoring, when it's primary exam, right? They are already bribing the teacher that please help my child. And yeah, we see it happen.
Promotion.
Yeah. So what is the
Things
way
have really,
forward?
really changed.
It's because the state of our morals is just, I don't know where it is right now.
That's why I
need
would also add.
For me, if I remember recently, Oshomole conducting exams for primary school and secondary school teachers in Edo State.
They didn't show up. Most of them didn't show up.
Exactly, because their issue was, look, you need not just, you shouldn't just be conducting exams for us. It should be the entire civil service in the state. Don't just look at the teacher. We need to relook and rejig our educational curriculum and really ask ourselves, what is it that we want to do? The polytechnics, the monotechnics, the College of Educations are nobody wants it's a second option now.
I remember when I was
It's
growing
like
up,
even a third option. It's not
If
even
you
a
remember
second.
those days, people who are very knowledgeable in technology
They go to the
attended
polytech-
polytechnics. Because that 1 year industrial attachment will help you, to ground you. But now, you
like
attend
a reject.
polytechnics as a stepping stone now because you failed JAM. And then this monopoly of certain institutions. You want to gain admission to the university, you must pass through one examination board.
Several screenings.
Several.
Several
Let's take some
examinations.
time because we have to round up very quickly. We have very few minutes left.
Sorry, Dada Adenaike says that penalty will change nothing. If the offender is not yet 18 and can't pay 200K, what will happen? More so, they can bribe the prosecutor. Then Adedoyin says, "Now today, what was done with the old fine? We need more actions and less talk, I beg. They keep making new laws with no action." So what do you think? The person that is 18 and cannot pay,
minor.
You have
a
your
minor,
parents.
are they allowed to?
You remember those days we had Buster Homes?
Yes, we had one in Kaduna. Correct any boy that is
You
AYI.
know?
Correctional facility.
Yes, so
Yeah, correctional facilities for people who are less than 18. But now you no longer hear of them.
Yeah.
Even our prisons are so congested these days that the people you find there are people who are charged for minor offenses.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. Unfortunately, we can't move, but we have just a few seconds left. But thank you so much. We're still
My
going to
pleasure.
discuss this later.
I have loads of
Okay.
questions for you.
Yeah, but we'll take it up another time. But thank you very much, viewers, for watching. Don't forget to watch a repeat broadcast of the program at 11:30 p.m. tonight. You can also watch previous episodes on YouTube by going to tvcontinental.tv. Please note that your view will be participating on a walk on the 12th of April to support the Irede Foundation. What they do is provide limbs for children without limbs. And they're going to be out there on, I think, Awolowo Road on Saturday. And your view will be participating with them. So if you'd like to join us there, please, we'd like to see you on Saturday morning. But aside from that, have a blessed day. See you tomorrow morning. Take care then. Bye-bye.